Hello, Facebook. Melissa's Musings coming to you live as usual. So it is Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. And it's been a glorious day here in San Diego. And I'm excited to bring to you a message. I read a really fabulous quote recently, and it got me thinking. So today the quote that we're going to be talking about, I found really interesting. And it reads, "The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects it to change. And the leader adjusts the sails." And this actually, I thought of a really applicable real-life example of this as I was doing business today. So one of the things that I was actually thinking about is all of the different, buyers and sellers and people who are in the market who are thinking of potentially making a move in real estate, whether investing, buying, or selling, or doing something, right? And they can approach it a variety of different ways as a pessimist, an optimist, or a leader. And I want to give you guys a first-hand example of how I see this every single day in my own life, and I'm sure that it's relevant in yours too. I'm sure that there's people in your life who are struggling with, one aspect of this and aren't necessarily performing and showing up as a leader. They may be showing up as a pessimist or an optimist. So if you see that, then you can give them feedback. So for me, where I see this show up time and time again is in my business, in real estate. So people, buying or selling or investing in real estate is one of the largest financial decisions that anyone can ever make in their life. So of course, it's something that a lot of thought and decision and evaluation and, analyzing goes into, of course, for any individual. But what I see in these differences is dramatic. So what I see from the pessimists is the kind of like that the market is almost out to get them, right? Oh, the market's always increasing, or is it going to crash, or the interest rates are high, or basically any excuse that now is not the right time to buy or sell, right? It's coming up with anything that's basically, complaining about the wind. Like, the market is the market. We're not going to be able to change it. It's even hard to predict it because lots of things go into determining a market. So for somebody to be really negative and pessimistic about the market and be constantly evaluating whether or not it's going to shift or whether or not it's going to allow them the space to open up into it or whether or not they should do it and blah, 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 they're basically, they're complaining about the wind. The market's the market. They're not going to be able to change it. So they can either figure out how to make it happen and adjust the sails like a leader does, or maybe it's not the right move for them. So the pessimist, they're always thinking about the market and can they time the market and should they get in right now? And, oh, I'm waiting for the market to dip. These are all constantly things that I hear from the pessimists. Well, the optimists are the opposite side of the spectrum. They are sitting on the sidelines. They're really excited. They're hoping the market's going to come down. They're like, oh, the market's coming down next month. I just read this article. It's going to be really awesome. I'm going to wait till then to buy. Okay, so we've got now, you can see one side of the spectrum, we've got the pessimist, on the other side we've got the optimist. Who is the leader adjusting the sails? Well, the leader adjusting their sails is simply the person who's now is a perfect time to buy or sell for me, so I'm going to make that shit happen. I'm going to adjust the sails, and in, the case of the real estate, I'm going to get pre-approved, I'm going to start looking for a house, I'm going to start doing what I need to do in order to accomplish this goal. And I see it firsthand. The pessimists and the optimists, they don't make much progress. Where the realists, the leaders, the people who are willing to adjust their sails and regardless of what the market's doing, make a move, they're the ones who end up making out like a banshee in the long run. Why? Simply because they made a move. It's as simple as that. They pulled the trigger is pretty much their success. So the pessimist, I've seen this many times. Actually, there's a perfect example. I met a guy named Winston about 2 years ago at an open house. Winston was awesome. He told me all about his exciting investment opportunities and what he was going to do. And what he was going to do was buy a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, live in 1 bedroom, rent out the other 2. It was a golden opportunity of basically in terms of what he was thinking of doing. It was exactly what I had done on my first house, renting out the rooms in order to pay the mortgage. And it was a brilliant plan. Basically, he outlined to me what I had done initially on my first house, and I was so enrolled. I was like, yes, that's brilliant. Let's do it. And he was like, no, I'm worried about the market. I think it's going to come down. He was a pessimist. And he was really concerned that interest rates were going to go up and all of this other stuff. Well, guess what? It's 2.5 years since I've met Winston. Winston has still not bought a home. And the property that Winston had been looking at $400,000 2.5 years ago is now priced at about $520 to $550. So Winston kind of missed the boat on that opportunity, did he not? If you agree with me, give me some hearts. Did Winston miss the boat? If you agree, heart me. Then I see optimists all the time, also waiting for that perfect opportunity. Thanks, Alex. That's right. You're on the same page as me. I like it. Then the optimists, similar situation. I have people who at the start of last year got an awesome tip or trick from, a financial advisor that they were working with who told them, don't invest right now. The market's going to come down. Well, now we're a full 12 months into that prediction. The market's yet to come down. That's right, those laughing faces, it's true. The market has yet to come down, and those people are now looking at, whoever it is that told them that was an optimist, like, wait, just a few more months, the market's going to come down. It's going to be the perfect opportunity for you. You don't want to jump the gun. Well, guess what? Those people have seen a really similar thing happen to Winston. They have been sitting on the sidelines, not making a move, waiting for that opportunity, that perfect opportunity. That side note does not exist. Those of us that know and take the risk know it doesn't exist. The perfect opportunity never exists. So there it is. So really, I want to come to you guys with this message that the perfect scenario does not exist. You can be a pessimist all day long, or you can be an optimist all day long, or you can be a leader all day long. And you can grab the opportunities that are presented to you by the balls and get that shit done and just do what it is that we want to do in life. Or you can constantly sit there and evaluate it as a pessimist and an optimist. So I encourage you today, as my little musing hits home, hopefully, to really reflect on what it is that's holding you back from something and evaluate whether or not you are willing to step into being a leader and simply adjusting your sails. The condition of whatever it is that you're thinking of investing in, or whatever move, or really whatever life situation this quote applies to, is 1,000% applicable. In this situation with real estate, I just see time and time again dozens of people missing out on, honestly, hundreds of thousands of dollars of appreciation potential as they sit on the sidelines. And I'm a real estate agent. I wouldn't have bought a house in June if I didn't think that the market was going to, either going to continue to increase or move. Like, I wouldn't have bought a house in June if I thought something dramatic was going to happen, if I was evaluating this in a pessimistic or optimistic way. No, but I'm a leader and I adjust my sails, and I knew that the next best move for me was to get out of paying rent, was to start building our own equity, and was to start, one major reason was to get more space for work and life. So it was an opportunity to adjust the sails and just make it happen. And it was one of the stretchiest things that we've had to do, because let me tell you, we did not plan on finding the house when we did, and we did not have $28,000 saved for our down payment. So we had to get really creative and stretchy, but we adjusted the sails and we made it happen, people. And that's what I encourage you to do too. As I sign off, check out my cool new nails. Hold on. Let's focus in. Let's focus in over here. Yeah, check this out. I've got a navy matte with like a lacy finish. My nail lady is amazing. If anybody wants her info, hit me up. All right, love you guys. Hope you're having a fantastic night. And thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the love, Alex. I appreciate it. Love you guys. Bye.